an umpire with a story of hope.
And the last time I was on this field was about 10 years ago.
Since he was 14 years old, Brad McTeague loved to umpire. Says getting to call the softball state championships for just the second time is a dream come true. But what makes this opportunity so important to Brad is that he's simply physically able to be out there.
Yeah, go ahead. January 22nd, doctors at Vanderbilt told me that I had 2 good months before my kidneys would just shut down completely and I wouldn't feel like even getting out of bed.
Brad is living with polycystic kidney disease, a genetic condition that leads to kidney failure, forcing its host to require either dialysis or a transplant. Right now, only 10% of Brad's kidneys are functioning.
You know, I can tell that I get tired easier, my legs will swell, and there's just a lot of things I can't eat.
The 41-year-old has been on the transplant registry since March 29th. His sister, who lives in Hawaii, is a match and willing to donate. But the day before she was supposed to get on the plane to fly to Nashville, Brad got a phone call.
Her son was out mountain biking and he had an accident and he broke his neck in 4 places, and obviously she hasn't been able to leave him. Obviously I told her, your priorities are there and not here, and I'll take care of myself as best I can right now and let God take care of the rest.
Just in the last 2 weeks, Brad's received other phone calls about potential donors, but they didn't match, not yet.
I've learned not to get my hopes up, working the softball tournaments this week. This is one of the things I've dreamt of doing since I was 14 years old, and maybe this is just God's way of saying, I've known all along this is when you were going to do this, despite all your other stuff. I teach math. I'm pretty sure I can. It is 2 hours of not thinking about my health or how my health is going to affect anybody else.
Time the Shelbyville Central algebra teacher can spend doing what he loves.
Just don't fall down, because that right there is really slick. The nurses just, they've used the words medical marvel at one time. They don't even know how I'm walking.
But this past week, Brad stood on the diamond, just like he's done for the past 27 years. An umpire calling a game while exceeding doctors' expectations.
It's 4 months later, and God's been good, and I'm still here.
What a good man. If you'd like to learn more about, or if you're even thinking about becoming a donor of any organ, you can go to VanderbiltTransplantCenter.com, fill out a survey, and then go from there.